Too good to go down? We'll put it to the test.
Evening, Tate.
Evening, Jack. You alright?
Yeah, mate. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Nice weekend?
Yeah, it was alright. It was pretty boring, wasn't it? Sunday was rough. No football.
Yeah, rough. I watched 2 women's games.
Yeah,
I was very
I avoided.
bored.
I saw it was on. I just avoided that at all costs. Didn't go near it.
But no, it was a good week. Good Saturday night at Jake's 30th party.
Yep.
Hope you enjoyed it and headbutted his Spurs cake.
Yeah, I saw the video after.
I was hoping one of them cakes when you cut it open.
He's an angry man, isn't he?
Yeah, you cut it open and it turns red. You know them ones.
Yeah, I don't know why he headbutted it.
But as we mentioned last week on the pod, we'd have something special for your listeners.
Yeah, something different tonight.
And we do have something different. And we have a third member tonight.
Yep.
Special guest, Andy Boden.
Evening, chaps. How are we?
All right, Andy.
Long time coming.
Yeah. Well, I said early on you'd never make it in the bunker, but here you are.
Well, when I got the message, I had to check my calendar and make sure it wasn't April Fool's Day.
Yeah. Oh, you're here. What up?
Yeah. How does it feel to get down here?
Very secretive.
Yeah, it's under darkness tonight. So.
Oh, couldn't find the place. It's a good thing, really.
But very excited to get you on though for a nice little category we've got tonight.
Yeah, something different. Did Andy, you said this or?
I think it was your idea, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
think you
put the idea
messaged
in the main idea, and then I kind of jumped on and said, should we? This might be a good one, and then it's kind of evolved.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, contact you.
Yeah. So what we'll do is, like we've done with other 11s we've done, we'll start with the goalkeeper. Run. Andy will pick a player. Jack will pick a player. I'll pick a player. We'll run through it all, and then between us, we'll decide on that position who gets in the team, and we'll run through that from 1 to 11 with our 3 additional players wanting to be subs. A manager. We'll talk about kits, maybe some stadiums that are iconic with relegations, and so forth and so on. But let's start with, we always do, with the teaser. And on Sunday, the 13th of May, 2007, Carlos Tevez famously fired West Ham to a shock win at champions Manchester United to keep his side in the Premier League, whilst relegating Sheffield United. But can you name 6 other players that played for West Ham that day?
Give it a go.
That's a tough one. I can actually remember where I was sat watching that game.
Yeah.
So that's going to be
a good question.
tough one. 2007.
Give it a go later on.
Great goal, though,
yeah.
wasn't it? Remember?
Yeah,
It was through,
yeah.
I think it was Kuzak's legs at the time because they had Champions League final the next game.
It was like a dodgy angle, wasn't it? Yeah.
In the pouring rain, I think.
Yeah, I remember it. No, good question.
Very good question.
But Andy, as always, the guests have quick fire questions. Whether you're Andy, Aaron McLean, or Matt Jarvis, you don't get away from the quick fires.
No, nobody gets away.
So, what is your full name?
Full name is Andrew Mark Boden, not Boyden.
Your age?
26.
Your job?
I'm a teacher of mathematics.
The football team you support?
Much to Jack's dismise, I am a Hammers fan, West Ham United.
Who's your favourite all-time West Ham player?
That is a tough one, but for me, there's one that comes to mind every time. It's Paolo Di Canio.
Good shout. Might be getting mentioned tonight. Who knows?
Big Paolo, the big Italian.
Your favourite player of all time, but excluding West Ham players?
That's another really tough one. I've kind of got 2. I grew up with one favourite, which you'll absolutely love this, Tate. It was actually Thierry Henry. I actually asked my dad for a West Ham shirt with Henry on the back when I was about 5 or 6, which he did not let me have. But other than that, probably Ronaldinho as well. Magician.
Seems a popular choice, Ronaldinho.
Imagine
Magician.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, this one is very fitting. Your go-to beer, because
I'll
let you say it and I'll explain why.
Well, that's a tough one. I think at the minute it's Cruz Campo. At the minute, just after a round of golf, they've got it in the clubhouse. It's just lovely lager on tap. But no Cruz Campos in here tonight.
Well, like a lot of our guests, they bring a beer
Yep.
in.
Yep.
And Andy has hit the jackpot tonight.
Yeah, he's delivered very well.
He's trying to get us pissed.
Yeah, he got his bag out.
So talk through the beers you brought through here tonight,
Andy. So a lot of my I've come back from travelling. A lot of that time I did was listening to the the podcast on long coach journeys, sat on the beach relaxing, etc. Which you guys all shouted out on the Instagram profile as well. So I thought I'd honour that. I brought some beers from my travels, so all ones that I've drunk. So I'm sat here with an Asahi. Tate, you've got a Sapporo, a Japanese.
First time drinking it as well.
Lovely beer. And Jack's got a Singer, which was actually the first beer I had on my travels.
It feels like
very
a
nice.
flask, doesn't it? The size of
Yeah,
it.
if you saw Tate's can, I said he looks like a proper alcoholic, but it is nice. And
It's a
Singer.
meaty can, that one.
Yeah.
It is a
It's
meaty
lovely.
can.
No,
Ice
good,
cold.
good selection, very good selection. We'll get your rating. I'll rate your beers later on, but yeah, good selection.
Looking forward to it.
If you're a boxer, what would your entrance song be?
Oh, I like it.
Oh, that's a real tough one.
That's cool. That's not been asked. Jarvis didn't get that.
Well, that is a real tough
Thought
one.
about it Saturday night.
Well, I think I'd have to go Luther Vandross.
Whoa.
Never too much.
Nice.
It's just
Yeah.
a pump me up tune. Yeah, love it. Fan favourite.
Luther. And finally, loyal or unloyal?
There's only one real answer to that, isn't it? It's loyal all day long.
Is that
All day long, loyal.
Right, perfect. Thank you very much, Andy. Should we get into the team?
Yeah, I
Everyone ready?
almost forgot where we are,
Yep,
but yeah,
ready.
let's do it.
So, do you want to go first, Andy? Start with the goalkeeper?
Yeah. So this one, I've got a few mentions. I reckon you guys will probably have the same as well. In terms of best goalkeeper out of the lot, so I've gone for Julio Cesar.
Yeah, I saw his name pop up.
Relegated. Yeah, relegated with QPR 2012, 2013. But he's only got 24 games in the Prem. So, but, you know, Champions League winner, Club World Cup, 87 caps for Brazil, 44 of those clean sheets. You know, big-time goalkeepers. He was my number one. But in terms of Premier League well-known goalkeepers, I'm torn between two, David James and UC Askalainen.
Oh, great
I
shout.
think that's going to be a theme
Ooh.
in the pod, is whether you've decided
Yeah,
to go
bit
for
of,
players that got relegated but were like decent,
yeah.
like longevity, like a Jaskalainen
Mm.
or a Cesar who played one season,
But you know he's a good
got
player.
relegated,
yeah.
but you know he's
So that team though, the QPR side, I've got a
Yeah.
couple others that pop up, but you could just cherry pick that side. They were
Yeah.
they were a
Yeah,
weird
there's-
old team when they.
there's a
but
few
that's
in
probably
there.
why they got relegated,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they came when they weren't at the peak of their powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've struggled with that one. So I'm kind of hoping your two decisions will kind of narrow that down as well. But I've gone for that one for best goalkeeper. So I've gone Julio Cesar.
Nice.
So Cesar was on my shortlist.
Mm.
I've also gone for a similar theme of Julio Cesar, and Jack picked him in his Streets Won't Forget team, and I've picked Victor Valdez.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did see.
Valdez.
He got
Yeah.
relegated with Borough
Borough,
in
yeah.
2016-17, but like Cesar only played 28 games.
Mm.
However, I'm picking him on the back of one World Cup,
Mm.
although he didn't play in it. 535 games for Barcelona.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's 9 or 8 La Ligas, 3 Champions Leagues.
Mm.
Bloke was very, very good at,
Yeah.
at his peak. Obviously, weren't
Yeah.
the best player at Borough.
Mm.
And then I've also put Cesar in there, and the other two I've gone potentially Ramsdale or Pickford.
Pickford. Oh,
Sunderland.
Sunderland. Yeah. Well, I'm similar to. I've only got two names for the goalkeepers. I'm going to say straight away, like Andy mentioned, David James. Pardon me, that beer's gone straight to me. Nicknamed Calamity James during his time at Liverpool, but he actually owns the second amount and most of clean sheets in the Premier League. He was Team of the Year 95, 96 and 07, 08. He won the League Cup and FA Cup, but obviously, and again, this could be a strong theme, but he was relegated West Ham in 02, 03. That side was a joke of a team. and
Yeah, it really
some
was.
really good players.
They'll be getting a little bit more of a mention, I think.
Yeah, I think so
from
too.
me anyway.
Over 50 caps for England, over 570 games in the Premier League. Also played at the World Cup. Wasn't a great World Cup in 2010 for David James, but he still played. So yeah, David James is my nomination, my main pick, but an honourable mention to a relegation GOAT, and that's Rob Green, who's the most relegated goalkeeper in history, 4 times. Can we name those 4 times?
Norwich.
Yep. Either or you can jump in, there's no...
West Ham's definitely one.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was there that season watching.
QPR.
Yeah.
QPR, yeah.
Norwich twice.
Close. QPR twice.
QPR twice.
Wow.
Yeah, Norwich, West Ham again. That was the second time West Ham got relegated, and then QPR twice, and he known for his clangers, but Rob Green gets a mention.
That's a good one actually,
yeah.
really, because I think he was a solid goalkeeper until that World Cup howler, and he just absolutely plummeted after that. And
but then he somehow got moved to Chelsea and just rode the bench and had
Scott
a glorious
Carson,
had a
Scott
glorious
Carson's been
life.
relegated.
literally,
But yeah, my main pick and my name for I put forward is David James. But yeah, I'm
So
happy
we've got
to
David
discuss.
James, Valdez, and
Cesar.
Cesar.
Yeah, and like you said, I think Valdez and Cesar on their day obviously far better than David James. But yeah, I feel like David James' career within the Premier League is on its own is very good. But
I'm happy to put David James in there because you need to say he's got second most clean sheets.
second, in the history of the league.
I'm
It's
happy
quite
with
impressive.
David James as well. You know, he's closing on 600 Premier League games.
Yeah, and if we're struggling, he can also play number 9. So
he
Did that
can,
for
yeah.
City, didn't he?
yeah,
definitely
Stuart
can.
Pearce.
He never got relegated to City, did he?
No, it's just West Ham in 02-03. He was pretty young.
You know, I've actually out of I've got 5 goalkeepers listed on here, and actually out of them he actually concedes the least. He's actually the most amount of goals per game, but it's 0.3. But still, I've got 172 clean sheets in the Premier League,
Yes.
so that's monumental.
That's pretty
Does
good.
he have a goal to his name? I feel like he's definitely scored a goal.
I can have a quick check. Go on, Andy. Reel off some of those other names you had.
So the other 2 names I've got are Aaron Ramsdale. He's the only double relegatee with Bournemouth and Sheffield United back to back. So, and the other one actually bit underrated, I'd say, is Tim Krul.
Yeah.
He did come across my mind, and I'll
Who's-
mention. Actually, go on.
Still in the Premier League, I believe.
Yeah,
Is
Luton,
it Luton
yeah.
Town? Yeah. So, one Player of the Year at Newcastle that season that they got relegated as well, which I found out. But I don't think those 2 can really be included when you look at the amount of caps and the other goalkeepers that have come up.
Dave James, no goals.
No goals.
No goals.
It's a shame.
But
I'm happy to lock David James in.
Yeah, I'm happy with Dave James.
Yeah.
Right. Should we
Third
move
down.
on to right back?
Yeah, this is where I feel like the team could get a bit messed up, but yeah, let's do it.
Do you want to kick us off, Jack?
Yeah, I've got a few names. My first nomination is actually a left back, and I'll go Andy Robertson. Got relegated with Hull.
You putting him right back?
No,
Oh,
left back.
oh, you
Yeah,
started
sorry.
left
Yeah,
back,
no,
sorry.
I've totally. Yeah, I have got right back, but I'm gonna go first name Andy Robertson.
Agreed.
Yeah,
He's straight in my
Hull
team.
2015, first season in the Prem.
I haven't even got another left back.
No, I've got no other options. First season in the Prem relegated, then again, yeah.
Do you know, I actually found out one thing I didn't know. He's actually got an MBE
Does he?
as well. So he's Andy Robertson MBE for his
Bloody hell.
charity work.
Nice. He got his move to Liverpool for 8 million, and arguably has been one of the best fullbacks, left backs in the league since. So
He got relegated twice, didn't he?
did he? Oh,
In 14-15 and 16-17.
with who? Hull and
Hull.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Hull,
that.
yeah.
Oh,
You know,
there you
the
go.
Liverpool
accolades.
bought him. Would have been 17-18.
Yeah,
season.
after in that summer.
And
But
the
yeah,
accolades he's got as well is absolutely ridiculous.
he's now
For someone
won it all,
who's
isn't he? And
still in his 20s.
That's my note here. He joins. He's won everything since he's joined Liverpool. He's won everything you can win in the English in the English game.
Yeah, I think he's probably
He's an easy one, isn't he?
one of the few names that's straight in and no competition.
Shall I move across to centre half?
Yeah, we're centre back, right back. Where are we gonna go?
So I'm gonna go for my first centre half, Rio Ferdinand. Again, like Robertson, won everything
Mhm.
you can possibly win multiple times as well. However, he did get relegated for QP, but all of that was for Manchester United.
Yes. Yep.
He did get relegated in 2014-15, playing just 11 games in a shocking transfer, really, wasn't
Did
it?
he only play? I've got Rio as well, and yeah, they've relegated his end of his career. Like we were saying, that side was just a bit of a mishmash. But yeah, I didn't know that only 11 times.
Yeah.
Obviously, makes a lot of sense.
And one of them games was away at Hull that Jake and I went to go watch Hull versus QPR random Saturday because it was £10. It was £10 a ticket and £5 coach from Loftus Road.
Oh.
So we thought we'd never been to Hull.
Yeah,
What better
I'm,
time are
I'm
you gonna
agreeing
get?
with Andy's
15
face there.
15
What
quid
torture?
return.
Why have you signed up for that torture? No wonder
Why?
Jake's headbutting his
Why
cake.
would you ever want to go to Hull?
Oh, I mean, up the Tigers, but that's a awful place to go.
So, yeah, I've gone for Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah, nice.
That's a very good shout, I'd say. I actually struggled for centre backs, to be honest. But my formation, I'm kind of going to throw one I've only gone for one centre back,
Nice. That's right.
of which Rio Ferdinand would take the spot. But
Mhm.
other than that, there's a name I've got to say. I'm looking Jack.
he's obviously plays in Claret and Blue, or played in Claret and Blue.
Oh, it's Ballon Dawson.
Oh God.
Yeah, I just thought he deserved an honourable mention. Won League 2 Player of the Year. 275 caps in the Prem, which I actually thought I didn't think he had that many. But it's 20 goals.
Yeah, he's. Was he with West Brom when he got relegated?
He's actually been relegated twice. West Brom and Watford. He was relegated twice in 3 seasons.
I'm just thinking out loud. None of us mentioned Ben Foster. He must be relegated
Yeah.
a fair few times. West Brom and Watford.
There's a few. Oh yeah, true.
I didn't even Ben Foster didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah. But then I thought Ramsdale, and I didn't really think.
David James. I think David James is a better goalkeeper than.
Yeah. No, it's Shatler. Is he
Yeah.
bit like a Rob Green, like just.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. But no, yeah, I like Rio. I've got Rio and Dawson. Make a case for my centre back.
Yeah, I've got one other. I just had to throw that name in there.
So I've got Rio as well. So I've gone basically a 4 as well, but I've gone Rio and Nathan Ake, who got relegated with Bournemouth. Obviously got his move to Man City, and at the time everyone was like, well, what is he about? Like, is he even that good? But yeah, obviously, again, probably won it all. I don't even know. He's won the league, won Champions League, won the Cups with City, so that's my choice. But we can play 3, we can play 4, we can do what we like.
Treble winner.
Some other
Yeah.
players just to throw in there. So I've got Maguire,
Mm-hmm.
Phil Jagielka, and my other centre half I went for was Joleon Lescott.
Nice. Yeah.
Because he got relegated with Villa, Sunderland, and Wolves.
That's awful.
No way.
That's awful.
Although there's a caveat to that. Villa was the only team he really played for. He played 3 times
Yeah.
for Sunderland and didn't actually play in the Wolves team because I think he'd got a bad injury when he got promoted.
And on the
2-time Premier League winner.
yeah,
Played for England a fair whack and was actually a good player. He played a very, very solid career at Everton. Then he got his move to Man City.
Yep.
And I think his relegations were at the beginning and at the end of his career. And his actual peak, he was very good.
yeah, I've similar to you. Like I said about Rob Green, but honourable mentions. I've gone Herman Ryderson, if you remember him, has been relegated 5 occasions, and then Roger Johnson. Do you remember that? Like a few seasons, he just kept getting recycled between relegate. He might have got relegated once or twice, but I just thought he was quite a funny player.
Yeah,
Just
West Ham, Birmingham.
Wolves, and he just kept going round and round. But yeah, Ryderson 5 times. What an awful sort of stat to have to your name.
And I've got, one other honourable mention I think probably deserves a shout. Is the man in the vest, Gareth Southgate.
Yes, he come up a few times.
Palace
on the
94,
episodes,
95. The man's got an OBE, but he did miss that penalty Euro 96, which is
He was
why
actually quite good, wasn't he? As a
why
player?
he
I know
doesn't make my team.
Yeah, he got relegated a couple of times, and England had his problems, but he's obviously quite good.
Yeah, 425 caps in the Prem. It's pretty good going.
And you might have him somewhere else, but I've got sort of a shoehorn player. I've got James Milner in my back 4 potentially. It's not definite, but
So should we lock in
I think Andy Robertson definitely, Rio Ferdinand,
Yeah.
and then we can discuss.
Yeah,
the
I
rest.
agree with those two.
I would say between the players, it's between Ake and Lescott, but I didn't even think of Ake. Didn't have it on my list. I'm happy to put Ake in.
I don't mind.
I didn't have Ake either, but he's a treble winner. Not many people are treble
we
winners.
can. I don't know about your midfield and attack, but we can come back. Maybe leave it, say as a 4, but then it might change to a 3 if we've got certain players elsewhere, whatever.
Yeah, let's just pencil in. I'll pencil in Ake then for the time being.
Okay.
And then should we talk right backs? Is that
Yes,
where you want to go with Milner?
Well, I've got 2. I've got James Milner, more of a, because I wasn't sure, and then I realised this person had been relegated as well. You might have, but Milner, 3 times Premier League winner, twice Champions League, FA Cup, won lots as an individual player, 60 caps for England, and relegated again. That Leeds side in 03-04 were very good. He actually technically got relegated twice, but he was on loan at Villa when Newcastle got relegated. So James Milner, but my main pick is Kieran Trippier. Was relegated in 2015 with Burnley.
Ooh.
I did not know that.
don't
He's
know that.
not on my list.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I obviously dug a little bit deeper. But yeah, he got relegated in 2015 with
Is that when you
Dyche,
bought him?
and then that summer he moved to Spurs.
That could
I think
actually
he trumps my 2.
change my mind, to be honest.
Go on. Let us know who you got.
I've got 2 really. First one was the man I've got in the team as right back is Glenn Johnson.
No, yeah, it's good.
Another
Sorry.
one of the
No.
West Ham.
Yeah, that's a great shout.
The West Ham 02-03. I've got him playing for West Ham, Chelsea, Portsmouth, Liverpool, and Stoke. 2 Premier Leagues, FA Cup, 2 English League Cups, 357 caps.
Johnson, that's a great shout.
Is there other relegations in there with Pompey or relegation with?
Glenn Johnson, he must be.
Don't know.
I reckon he might have
That's
gone
a
down
great
with
shout.
with.
I didn't think he was
He might have gone down with Stoke or Pompey, but
That 2008 era, he was
Very good.
Who did he leave? He left a big team. Didn't he leave Liverpool to go to Portsmouth? And was just really, really good.
I think he left Liverpool and went to Stoke. He left Portsmouth to go to Liverpool, I think, but I might be wrong on that because I've written him in order.
Yeah.
But
No, he left Chelsea. He left Chelsea to go to Portsmouth. That was it.
Or was
Yes.
he? No, was he? No, he got relegated West Ham, didn't he?
he did. It was 02-03.
He was getting that part of that squad. Was
Yeah, and
the
then
players,
Chelsea,
they obviously, like you said earlier, but they go on to have different careers. And
I
yeah.
really like both your shouts.
So I've got
West
Glenn
Ham.
Johnson.
Yeah, sorry.
The other two
Go
I've got don't really cut it, but I thought I'd put them in anyways. Kyle Walker-Peters.
Yeah, good player. But yeah.
And Danny Mills. Danny Mills.
Yeah.
My two, I've gone for Micah Richards.
Beast. Yeah.
Got relegated at Aston Villa.
Yeah.
But also 2-time Premier League winner, I think. At least one time. And my pick I actually picked was Jose Bosingwa from
the monobrow.
from the QPR team.
Yeah.
Played 27 games for QPR in that 2012-13
Yeah.
season. 2 times Champions League winner with Porto and Chelsea. Played 4 seasons at the top at Chelsea. Was a solid
player at
right back
Chelsea,
for him.
Yeah.
Obviously, then went to QPR. Was rubbish. That whole team was just a mess.
Yeah,
Got
and
relegated.
obviously we talk about relegated players, and you think of them being bad, but that QPR side, like some of those players and names in, because they had like Cancelo in the middle, Guerrero, sorry,
Yeah.
from Madrid in the middle. Yeah, random old players, but yeah,
that
go
was
on.
a hell of a team. 2 very good shouts. I didn't have either of them. Bosingwa was just thrown me for 6.
I think your two though, Trippier and
I like-
Johnson.
Yeah, I'm happy to go Johnson. To be fair, the honours that he's won and the career he's had. Yeah, like you said, that period he was probably one of the best right back in the league. Anyway,
Should we pencil Johnson in
I'm
then?
happy. Yeah,
I'll
with that
put-
back four, Johnson, Rio, who's centre back with Ake and Andy Robertson. With
Some team.
It's a
with,
pretty
David
solid,
James
pretty
in
solid
goal.
back four.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. I think the
Right.
midfield, because this is where it all stacked up for me.
There's some. My midfield is bloody good.
Yeah, my midfield's really good.
Yeah.
I'll kick us off. I'm going to
Go
go
on.
for, which I think some of you might have. I'm going to go Roy Keane.
Straight in the-
first name on the
straight
team
in the
sheet for
team.
me.
Have you both got him?
Straight
Yeah,
in
when
the
we
team.
obviously made the chat and we spoke about this all, my managers came first, and then Roy Keane was the first name. When I did a bit again, searched it, and he was the first name that come up. I was like, yeah, he has to go in.
Yeah, so the other two, I think there's room
Debate,
for
yeah.
debate, but I thought we'd all have Roy Keane in there.
Yeah, 100%.
Got relegated to Forest in the first ever Premier League season. They finished 22nd.
Yeah,
There's
unheard
obviously
of.
more teams. He played 40 games that year. But obviously his career at United speaks for itself. 480 games, 7 Premier Leagues, 1 Champions League, although he didn't play the final. Everyone knows Roy Keane.
Yeah, and he was a captain for United for God knows how long, and yeah,
Doesn't need to be more said about that, really.
yeah.
I thought he'd be an easy one. I didn't actually know he got relegated until we did the research.
And I think he moved to United for like 4.5 million or something in '93. That's ridiculous.
It was
That's a
when,
load
yeah,
of
when
money.
they got relegated, he negotiated his contract and said, "I'm going."
Yeah.
Basically, but finishing 22nd. Yeah, I found that out. Actually, there was 22 teams in the first couple of seasons, and at the end of the 94-95 season, 4 teams went down, and only 2 came up, and they went down from 22 teams to 20 in the Prem.
You wouldn't mind that with Everton this year, would you? A little four
They
relegated.
still wouldn't get relegated.
Yeah.
Though. Bloody Bournemouth.
Yeah, no, Roy Keane for me. Go on, Andy. Who's your next pick?
See, Roy Keane was my my stable one. The
Yeah.
rest, I think it all depends on the formation for me. I'll go with another one who's well, you've already said him earlier, Jack. So you've got James Milner.
Yep.
690 games in the Prem at what I've got,
Mm.
which is just outrageous. But another, I'm gonna have to throw him in there, is the free kick maestro himself, Juninho.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Borough.
good shout.
Relegated with Borough 96-97. Speaks for himself. He's won a World Cup, so
Yeah, he was
Very true.
very good, yeah.
He's like streets won't forget. I've gone. I had Maddison in there, but now you said Juninho. I'm just gonna allow Juninho over him if that's what we're gonna go with. My third pick, I had three. I've just gone Roy Keane, Maddison, and then the third one was Michael Carrick. Got relegated again, that West Ham side. And then finally got his move to a big club when he moved to Spurs. And then obviously, went on to Man United, won 5 league titles, 1 Champions League, and Man United's Player of the Year in 2012-13 season. So I think for me, Keane and Carrick sitting in a little midfield three, whoever in front would be.
That's actually my midfield three is Roy Keane, Carrick sitting, and then Juninho in front.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to discuss if you've got another player.
I got another one. I had Maddison, Keane. I had Carrick, but I knew one of you two would bring him up, so I put another one in. Who a player I really, really liked when he was in the Premier League, Gigi Wijnaldum.
Yeah, yeah.
He came up for me.
Good player.
He got relegated at Newcastle in his debut season there. Played all 38 games, scoring 11 goals in the 15-16 season. Could have also had your mate Muso Sissoko. But no, Wijnaldum for me was just a player. He just typified what Klopp was all about. Hard working. I don't think he was the best of players, but he just fitted in that system so well.
Yeah, I think he's what they thought Cater could become, but
yeah.
Injuries or whatever has happened. But yeah, Wijnaldum just did a bit of everything, didn't he? Or does a bit of everything.
Robertson won the Premier League, won the Champions League, and 90 caps for Holland. I think he was captain of PSV at the time, maybe captain of Holland for a little bit. Really good player.
Don't forget as well that some of these players we can use for the bench. So if Wijnaldum doesn't get it or Juninho, then we can always bring him up later. But yeah, I'll let you two go decide. I'm happy with Roy Keane and Carrick, and then you can pick the third.
I'm happy with Roy Keane and Carrick.
Yeah, I think Carrick has to go in.
I also got James Maddison, but I've actually used him somewhere else. But I think just even not for the team, but some honourable mentions really. JWP.
Yep.
Yeah, I got him. Yeah.
Potentially best dead ball specialist in the world right now. Current season, 17 games, 2 goals, 10 assists, and was relegated for that Southampton team. And also that Leicester team last season. You've got Yuri Tillemans in there as well. But the one I actually wanted to bring up, it was the late great Ray Wilkins. Only 85 caps in the Premier League, but 302 caps in the first division before that, 86 caps for England, FA Cup, Super Cup, and one in the first division as well.
Well, a player I thought you might bring up, Andy, which no one's mentioned so far, is Scott Parker.
Yeah, I've avoided him.
I've got him written down.
Scott Parker. No,
I've got him written down, but I don't think with the other players that have come up, he's worthy of.
Could he be the manager?
He could.
He's been relegated enough times.
Yeah. I like a very, very good suggestion. I did like the Juninho one winning the World Cup. We haven't got have we got a World Cup winner yet? Back before.
No.
I'm happy to go with him or Wijnaldum really, or keep one of them for the bench.
Yeah, the only other.
Would you put Maddison at top of them?
Maybe not Juninho. I'll put him over Wijnaldum, but.
Should we stick then with Middlesbrough's Brazilian maestro?
I think so. Yeah, Andy's
Juninho at the 10.
I like it.
I'm happy with Juninho. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's stick him in there. Right. So, onto the front three. I reckon we might have done a bit of shoehorning each.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean it's similar to. I don't know.
Should we name wingers and then go from there?
I've got 2 strikers and a wide player.
So this is where mine. I'm a 3-5-2 formation, so I've still got. I only played 3 defenders. I've got 2 wide players and 2 strikers. So
that could work.
This is where it gets.
But then, like
tricky for me.
You could not. We've got him in the middle, but we could have Juninho or a Maddison out wide or whatever. We can think about it. But go on, Tate, kick us off. Who you got?
My first attacking winger, I've gone for Jack Grealish.
Ooh.
Got relegated in 2015-16, playing 16 games for Aston Villa in that season. That was a season they had Tim Sherwood, another manager, that French guy.
They're like 3 or 4, didn't they?
Just shocking. Finished 20th. Absolute debacle of season. But he scored his first goal away at Leicester. I don't know if you two remember that game when they went 1-0 up. I actually think they went 2-0 up, and then Leicester came back to win 3-2. Nathan Dyer scored that header in the last minute, and Leicester went on won the league that year. That was sort of like kick-started their season. And then he had 8 years at Villa, but obviously in the last 2 years he's been at Man City, treble winner, Premier League, double Premier League winner,
£100 million player,
£100 million player. I'm sure he had been relegated sometime, but I'll
Mm.
double check that was the exact date he got relegated. So my first attacking midfielder is Jack Grealish.
No, good choice. I think Andy will have one of the names I've got, but I'll go a sort of Premier League GOAT in Jamie Vardy. Premier League winner, 2015-16, obviously. Incredible season that year and got 24 goals that season in the league. Scored 11 games in a row. Sort of cult hero type of player, but relegated last season. So Jamie Vardy is one of my forward players.
Yeah, a few just notes on Jamie Vardy. 12 years at Leicester, 443 games, 175 goals. Like you mentioned, Premier League winner, FA Cup winner, and Golden Boot winner in 2019-20.
Yeah, Jamie Vardy is one of my strikers. He has to be in there, really. In my notes bit, I've got the ultimate shithouse.
Yeah, you see it now, don't you?
You see it even more now.
Yeah.
Unbelievable player. It didn't matter who you were; he'd just rattle you. But the thing that I found astonishing, really, is just for Premier League. But his goal contribution per game is 0.6.
But he still is a good player in the league he's playing at. But I think people forget. I think we mentioned it enough times on the podcast last year that one of the main reasons Leicester got relegated last year is because his goals. He wasn't fit last year. He didn't play enough games. He didn't score any goals. And Leicester had a 20 to 30 goal striker for 6-7 years, which is unheard of.
Outside, yeah.
Arsenal haven't had that player for 6-7 years.
No.
When they won the league, Arsenal tried to sign him.
Yeah.
He was I think he was a really top draw player. And unlike you mentioned, Andy, on the shithousery, it didn't matter whether you were Titus Bramble or Sergio Ramos. He would treat you the same, and he wouldn't care.
No.
He would chase you. He would call you F, Y, Z under the sun, drink his Red Bull, and just be an animal. He was lightning quick, which you cannot defend against pace like that.
Yeah, completely agree with that. You know, it says it all as well, because he's got the record, hasn't he, for 11 consecutive games.
I completely forgot about that.
13 goals in 11 consecutive games, broke the record, which is astonishing, really. So yeah, he's the GOAT. He's a GOAT of the Premier League.
Do you want to? One of my picks is, you mentioned him earlier on, your favourite West Ham player. I assume you've got him in there, have you not?
Paolo Di Canio is down,
yes,
but he's not in my team.
Ah, okay.
I just thought there was other players that were not better suited, but were better players than Di Canio. But I just thought he's down for me because he's an icon.
Yeah, I was going to say, he scored that goal, obviously, for West Ham. Like you said, he's a bit of an icon, and obviously was a good player. 66 goals in the Prem. Again, scored that iconic goal against Wimbledon. Won trophies in Italy, Scotland, on like personal honours in Scotland, all the rest of it. But my front three was Di Canio. Well, my last one was a bit of a Premier League streets won't forget. Has anyone got him? Crystal Palace.
Or Andy Johnson.
Andy Johnson. No.
I've not got him.
They relegated in 04-05 Palace, but he scored 21 goals that season in the league. 21 goals in a relegated side. That's ridiculous.
That is mad.
Isn't it? Yeah.
But going on that relegated 21 goals, I've got somebody I wasn't actually going to bring him up, but he scored 18 goals in a season, and for QPR, they only scored 42 goals in total as a team. He got 18 of those, and that's Charlie Austin.
Bloody hell. Yeah. I didn't come
more of that QPR team, though, isn't it?
Just another. But I saw as well, I don't know if you saw it when you were looking, but Remy, whatever, was on loan at QPR or something part of the start of the season, then went to Chelsea and they won the league. So he was technically relegated and won the league in 1 year. But that side was just a myth. But I didn't even think about Charlie Austin.
Yeah, I had Charlie Austin on my shortlist. I played a 4-3-3, so I had Grealish, Vardy, and then on the left I had, you can call him a street thrower because he was such a good player, was Joe Cole.
Joe Cole's in my team. He's my left midfield.
You could do all sorts of that team.
And like we mentioned, that 2002-03 West Ham side.
Again.
Yeah.
And what a player.
Yeah.
Played 36 times that season. Went on to get relegated, then signed for Chelsea in the summer. Premier League winner. Just played for England numerous times. Everyone knows Joe Cole was a player. And friend of the show, Jim Hyde, is his favourite ever player. 10J.Cole.
Joe Cole was in my team. He's my left midfielder. he actually had a stint at West Ham twice right before he relegated. He came back. But, 3 Premier Leagues, 3 FA Cups, 2 English League Cups, 2 English Super Cups. None of those with West Ham, obviously. All with Chelsea. But, and famous for scoring that goal against Sweden, 2006 World Cup, that volley. So he's in my team, but he's as a left midfielder.
That game always reminds me of Owen's knee. Do you remember the injury?
Yeah.
Sends me shivers.
Some good players, aren't there? I think Vardy definitely, and then to be honest, I think you could play whether Grealish or Joe Cole or any.
Do you have another wide midfielder you wanted to talk about, honey?
Yeah, but he doesn't really work for my formation. That was where James Maddison came in. I noted he has actually played right midfield a couple of times. That's why I put him there. But it was either him or Xherdan Shaqiri right midfield.
Yeah.
But
and an older name that I had no memory of, but is it George Kinclads?
Yes, he came up for me.
Yeah, I think he was obviously well before my time, but he was a very, very good player. Just played in some bad sides, but I think he was a bit more of a Ben Arthur Tarap type of deal. But
the ultimate dribbler from
he was
Red.
A very, very good player.
So I've got some other names I'll just throw out there. Craig Bellamy.
Who
he came up?
Who did he get ready? Coventry.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Rafinha.
Oh,
from Leeds.
Yes.
Calvin Phillips from Leeds.
Yeah.
Obviously midfield. I think our midfield is
solid.
sorted.
Yeah.
But Rafinha from the right, playing for Barcelona now. That I don't think the longevity of him at Leeds should put him over a Joe Cole, a Grealish, a Maddison, or someone like that in that era. And then, as another striker, I got put Alvaro Negredo. He got relegated with Middlesbrough.
Yeah, with that Valdez.
Wow.
Yeah.
There was that season at Man City. Was
that little
a
period,
joke.
didn't he?
Yeah, it was absolute joke. I never forget that goal we scored against Spurs.
I think we spoke about Negredo in the Streets Won't Forget, because of that, because of that topic. But yeah, he had a little moment at City, was just unbelievable for like a few months, wasn't he?
I've got a couple of others I wanted to mention as well. I've got Mark Viduka.
I loved him
for Leeds. What a player! The Aussie man, 240 caps in the Prem. And one I actually didn't know he'd been relegated with is Ivan Toney.
Is he?
Newcastle, 15-16 season. Which I thought I'd bring up. But
did he even play though?
Yeah, I saw that he played he played early on. I think he got loaned out during the season.
We got another mention as well.
I always forget he played for Newcastle and it was in that 15-16 season.
Yes, that shocking Newcastle
where you also
side.
had Mitrovic, who was their number 9 for that season.
I've got Marcus Bent as well, relegated 4 times.
Darren Bent must be relegated as well, surely.
I don't know. Don't mention that name. I don't like him.
There's one other player I've got. I'm surprised you haven't brought him up, really, Jack, because he's more of a Spurs legend than he is this team he got relegated with. But again, it's the West Ham 02-03 season. It was Les Ferdinand.
Oh yeah.
It's at the end of his career. Bit of a beast, but played for QPR, Newcastle, Tottenham, West Ham, Leicester, and Bolton.
Freddie Canute as well.
Yeah, I saw. You've probably been on all of the same websites, but they were like the top 10 players to ever get relegated. Canute was like 6th. I was like, what? Canute wasn't even near it, but.
Yeah, I think a lot of them come up from that 02-03 season for West Ham because they were relegated with 42 points. Which, they say, don't they, 38 points is sort of safe. And
I think that's still the record, isn't it?
It is for teams with 20. Because I found that I actually looked on my phone and you've got a couple who have got more than 42 points, but they were teams with 22 in the league.
I suppose it helps when you play more games to get more points.
Exactly, but the highest
could do that. Burnley
highest was Crystal Palace with 49, but that was
with 49.
That was with 22 teams, and that was in the first ever season of the Prem, 92-93.
So that West Ham team was solid, wasn't it?
Very, very good team.
I remember when it Glenn Roeder had like a heart problem or something, and he had to step down, and it was Trevor Brooken took over the team for the last couple of games. I just remember watching these things on. I sort of remember at the time, but it's mainly Premier League years. I remember this. I just remember them going to Birmingham and losing.
Yeah.
Or they didn't win, or maybe they drew 2-2 when they got relegated on that day.
Yeah, it's a team that should not have gone down if you look at them on paper, but we just. You can't even really say awful 42 points, but ended up getting relegated. So there's some good names in there.
So I think we've got 4 at the back. we've locked in our 3 midfielders.
Mm.
I think we need a front 3.
Yeah, like I
So-
said, Vardy definitely.
I think Vardy's our striker.
Vardy's in
What you
there.
do around him.
So it just depends if we're sticking with that 4-3-3. If we are, I think Joe Cole
He could do.
goes in there. But
So,
again,
Joe Cole play off the left.
again, Grealish was a hell of a shout. £100 million player, triple winner. So
I've got Grealish off the right and Joker off the left.
I don't mind it.
I would, I'd take that.
I don't know if you want to stick Madison in the left or. You
No,
want
I
him
would
to-
only say Di Canio left purely on his goal, and he was like that sort of player, wasn't he? Just
As much as I hate
Bit
to
of
not
an
have him
icon.
in the team because he was one of my favourite players, I think Joe Cole on the left and Grealish on the right works for me.
Oh, I'll pencil them in. So, just to run through, David James in goal, Glenn Johnson right back, Nathan Ake and Rio Ferdinand centre halves, Andy Robertson left back, Gigi Wijnaldum. No, sorry, I've read in my list.
Just read your team. If you want.
Sorry, Michael Carrick and Roy Keane holding, with Juninho in the 10,
It's a brilliant
and
side.
a front 3 of Grealish, Cole, and Vardy.
That's pretty good.
That's a lot of Englishmen. So what we got?
I
James,
didn't think that when I was doing it.
James Ake, Ferdinand.
No, Aki's Dutch.
Aki's Dutch, yeah.
That beer's gone to my head, Andy.
Johnson's English.
That's Sapporo.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten all day, to be fair.
Oh yeah.
Carrick, I nearly called Keane English as well then. So
Whoa.
I'll stop while I'm ahead.
Rewind.
Grealish, Vardy, and Cole. Right.
It's a hell of a team.
Bloody good.
Subs. Let's have a pick each then. Which player from your list didn't get in that you want to stick in?
I didn't really have many like extras, but after looking and talking, I'm gonna go with Andy Johnson, a little super sub off the bench.
Yep, I'm happy with that.
21 goals that season. They got relegated. He didn't really have the career after he got his move, but Everton, I think, and might have played at Fulham, wasn't quite the same. But yeah, I don't mind Andy Johnson coming off the bench.
I've got a weird feeling that 21 goals. Strangely, he scored 21 goals. The next season, I don't think he got signed for anyone.
I think you might have stayed with him, and then he went to Everton.
He went to
just
Everton.
rubbish.
Yeah.
So he just weren't that good.
Andy, you got a sub you want to pick?
Yeah, it's the man we've missed off is Paolo Di Canio. It's got to go in for me.
Yeah.
Just he's an icon, from pushing the ref as a player, scoring that volley, to the knee sliding as a manager in his suit up the touchline.
That was Sunderland, wasn't it?
He's got to
Newcastle,
go in.
That is. It's got to be up there.
He's got to go in.
Yeah.
I've got a soft spot for Sunderland.
Yes.
As,
Well, that moment.
as the story, and this is what I'll tell you. When I was in Australia, I went to a sports bar to watch Arsenal versus City, and Arsenal got whacked. And then we went back there. I think we went back the next night, or maybe it was, I can't remember the night before or night after. And it was the Toon Derby. It was Newcastle versus Sunderland at St James's Park, and Sunderland were trash. Newcastle weren't much better, but Sunderland were absolute trash. I think they were bottom when Di Canio took over, and the place was full of Geordies and Mackems, literally packed. This pub was quite big as well, and I ended up sitting in the Mackem area, and obviously at St James's Park, and the goals they scored that day were just unbelievable goals. And I just remember having such a good night there. We were all going mad, singing Sunderland. I was singing Sunderland songs, and they're in the yellow kit, I think they are, because they did it. He did it
Poya,
first, and then Poya did it the year after. They beat him 3-0 back to back.
Yeah.
And the way the knee slide down the touchline is just quality, isn't it?
Yeah. No, that's what I like. We all do, but I'd love seeing like an away game. Smaller, worse side just get a big result or whatever. It's quality. They just go mad.
I can't wait for that derby to be back in the Prem. I love that game.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, that'd be a good derby, that one. But
Yeah.
Tate, your last pick.
I'm gonna go with Gini Wijnaldum. Don't know. I really quite liked him as a player. So
You got a soft spot for me.
I wanted when he was leaving Liverpool and going to PSG, and there was rumours that he could go on loan somewhere. I really wanted Arsenal to try to pick him up on a loan or something, but now I'm going to go with Gini Wijnaldum for that.
I like it.
For that third sub pick.
Yeah, not bad.
Right.
That's where it could get interesting.
A
The
quick,
gaffer.
just a quick one on the captain.
Go on. Oh,
I think it's pretty easy as the captain. Are you picking Rio or Roy?
I think Roy's got to be the captain. Roy Keane.
Or he's sticking it on Vardy.
Nah, yeah, I think Roy
Yeah,
Roy Keane
I'm
gets the
happy
nod.
with Roy Keane.
Right. Managers. So remember I put in the chat last week, I was like, I think it's one outstanding manager, but did you have any others?
Well, obviously they all come up, but I'm interested to know who that one you've mentioned. Because if he's not one of my two, then God knows.
Yeah,
who it is,
I'm
but-
very
So
intrigued.
the
I've
one
got
I
a few
had
written
straight
down.
away was Rafael Benitez.
Okay, yeah, I got to him eventually. when Tate said that, I didn't really clock, but yeah, Benitez.
There are others who have had
Yeah.
good careers, but I just think Rafa, Champions League winner, won the Europa League a couple of times. Just all around pretty good manager. And
Yeah,
he came into Newcastle, and it wasn't his fault they got
Mm.
relegated. They were already, I think it was McLaren had
Yeah.
already done done
Exactly
the
that.
dirty work.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
joined in January or March
Of the
from-
15-16
of that
season,
season
wasn't
that they then got relegated. So it's
Yeah.
not much he could have done about it.
but then
really.
he stayed with them, didn't he, and gone back to the Premier
Yeah, the
straight away.
Geordies
They
loved
won the
him, and they
league,
actually
so-
went 6 games unbeaten towards the end of the
Mm.
last 6 games, and they still went down. And you actually went to the last
Yeah,
game of the
I
Premier
did.
League.
When I did the research, I was like, wow, that was, yeah. We got smacked 5-1. And they were already gone, and I think we could have won and been Champions League or second or something stupid, but obviously didn't happen. But yeah, gone back to the Prem. Yeah, FA Cup, Champions League, Europa League, manager in 03 and 04. La Liga's best coach in 2002 as well. Benitez is a great shout. But I'm going to go with my other nomination. That's Brian Clough. Spent 18 years in charge of Forest, 93 with obviously Roy Keane. First season in Prem, first year they got relegated, but previous to that they won the League Cup 4 times, the European Cup 78-79 season, 79-80 season, and they won the First Division in 77 and 78, all with Brian Clough at Forest. But those are the 2 names I've got. I don't know if you've got any others, Andy.
I've got 5.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Rafa was the one that stood out. He was my choice actually. Almost 1,200 games, 48% win ratio in his whole career. But you know, all of the other names I'm going to mention are icons really in English football. Steve Bruce,
Yeah.
Um,
Loves a relegation battle.
relegated twice with Birmingham 05-06 and Hull in 14-15, so the same season as Andy Robertson.
What's the bacon you say?
What's that press conference? He just looks up and goes,
What, mate?
hello.
Great meme, Bruce.
Oh, what a man.
Have you seen those memes going around on Twitter when it's like you get a really attractive girl coming the lift, and you see Bruce goes, "How's the bacon?" That's what you say.
I've seen those.
Oh, Steve Bruce might be the manager.
I actually sent one of those to panel and said, "What would you say?"
I don't want to. This is PG. This podcast.
God, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. One of my other ones. I've got 2 other real honourable mentions. I'd say Mr. Sky Sports transfer deadline day himself, Harry Redknapp.
Yeah, I've got him as well.
Double relegation, Southampton and QPR. And the last one was Neil Warnock.
Yeah, he did come up a bit of a goat.
What a guy.
Yeah. Did you see it the other day? He said, because he's been doesn't manage Huddersfield anymore. I think he got sacked or whatever, left them. He said, hopefully I come back in January and get a club mid-table and actually focus on promotion instead of just fighting relegation.
Yeah, I saw that.
Funny man.
Yeah, he's a funny man. I just thought between those 3, all 3 of them have got over 1,000 appearances in their managerial career. So I thought they were worth an honourable mention, but my choice was Rafa Benitez.
Yeah, I'm happy with Benitez purely on the... I do like the idea of Clough, but yeah, Benitez in the fact that he was a Premier League manager. And
Yeah, consistently, yeah.
yeah, and obviously won Champions League and whatever else. So yeah, I like Benitez, but also I like the idea of Steve Bruce leading them out.
I've just thought of an even worse one than Bruce. Gary Megson.
Oh, God.
Pardew, he'd been relegated a few times.
Pardew's in there. He came up. There was no way I was writing him down.
Who was the other one of the old boys?
Kirbishley, was he?
Moyes.
Moyes
Moyes got relegated.
No,
Did he?
Moyes is on the list when I found him. I didn't write him down, but
he got
No.
sacked before he got relegated to Sunderland, did he? Or did he actually take them down?
Probably did. Poirier would have gone down with someone.
and another one of
Who was the Borough manager that year? Karanka? Aitor Karanka, was it?
Yeah.
I've
Eddie
got
Howe?
Eddie Howe, yeah.
and another favourite of the 2 of you is the man himself, Sean Dyche.
Dyche, yeah.
Your mate.
Yeah, I can't put him in this sort of side. He's much better than that.
In my notes next to him, I've just got played for Millwall out.
He's a top bloke.
So should we lock Rafa in?
Yeah, I like idea of Benitez.
Yeah, I think Benitez.
Right, so let's run through properly this time. Rafa, the manager, David James, Glenn Johnson, Ake, Rio, Andy Robertson, Michael Carrick, Roy Keane, Janino, Jack Grealish, Jamie Vardy, Joe Cole, with a bench of Andy Johnson, Di Canio, and Gini Wijnaldum.
It's pretty good.
That's not bad.
Very good.
I think that team. That's definitely Champions League football, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that was.
Did Glenn Johnson win the Champions League?
Don't know.
I didn't get him as Champions
So I'm
League.
just thinking Ake won, Ferdinand won, Robertson won, Carrick won, Keane
No,
won.
Johnson didn't win.
No for Johnson.
Keane won, Grealish won. Joe Cole would have left Chelsea by then.
Joe
I think
Cole.
so.
I've not got down as winning the Champions League.
And Wijnaldum won, and Rafa won. That ain't bad, is it?
Yeah, good side.
It's a hell of a team.
That ain't bad
You'd
at all.
hope they wouldn't get relegated.
It'd be fitting though.
Joe Cole, you Champions League runner-up 07-08. But he did win the Intertoto Cup with West Ham.
He did. I didn't want to mention that because don't want to upset Jack that we've got more silverware.
But no, very good side. I like it.
Right. I think that's wrapped up the team. This week, we're still going to do our prediction, though.
Yes.
Andy, question. When you look at your scores on a Saturday and checking the scores, what app do you use? Are you a Flash Scores? Are you a Sky Sports man?
I'm not a Flash Scores. I'm actually a Sofa Score.
Ooh, I don't mind them. They can give us a little ad as well. It don't matter.
Have been for quite a long time on Sofa Score. I've got the notifications on for West Ham and Wrexham.
So, Wrexham?
Saw the documentary. Loved it.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
did we get you on?
That beer's gone down 0.1.
Yeah.
The notifications are on for those.
Tastes like piss now.
Right. Saturday afternoon. Get a game up.
Saturday.
Your prediction. Any league.
Okay. So let's go. Let's go Italian league.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with. This is a big game actually. I think I'm gonna go with AC Milan versus Fiorentina.
Nice.
So Milan at home.
Olivier Giroud.
See, they won 14-0 the other day.
What, France? Yeah,
Yeah.
ridiculous. But then, I'm glad they did, because why Gibraltar, even aside, why are we playing Malta? Why are we playing tonight?
Just sorry to jump in there. Do you see people are giving Didier Deschamps
a load of crap.
Scrap. They were 7 up and he was like, go get the record.
Yeah.
Go get the record. They're like, what does this help? Yeah, they're playing Gibraltar with 10 men.
Yeah.
What else are meant to do?
Yeah.
Oh, take your foot off the gas.
Yeah, Gibraltar shouldn't even be a national team. Yeah, what a load of rubbish. Anyway.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think they should be doing these kind of friendlies anyway.
It wasn't a friendly.
No,
it's a
that's-
qualifier.
yeah,
I don't
How are they
even.
even allowed?
I don't even.
How are they even allowed?
Well, how are they allowed to play it? Like North Macedonia tonight that we're playing. Why are they San Marino? Why are they? They've
That Malta team the other night, we obviously won 2-0.
Still 0-0.
Is it? Southgate knew it was going to be a tough game.
That's why he didn't make my team.
But the Malta side, they had one guy who played in the French league. The rest played in the Malta National League. Like, what? What a load of crap.
Hate international
I think
football.
Jake said, didn't he? He was at work doing the Maltese players were in his hotel
Ugh.
that night, and he said they just look like builders, a group of builders.
But yes, Milan, Fiorentina weekend.
Milan, Fiorentina, yep. Saturday, 7:45 kickoff.
I'm going to go 3-1 to Milan. Giroud double. And the American Messi scores a third.
I actually had 3-1 in my head as well, so I'm going to go 2-1 Milan.
2-1, you say?
Yes, please.
I'll lock in. I'll go outrageous.
God, here we go.
4-0.
To who? Fiorentina.
No, 4-0 Milan.
Nice.
Yeah, Giroud. I was chatting to Griffith the other day about Giroud. He's just an irritating player. It just irritated me that he was sort of good but wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
And also had the best song of all the players at the time as well. Just irritated me. But
I actually love Giroud. I thought he was so underrated.
yeah, until he plays for a club.
I
You
wouldn't say I
get
love
really
it, but
frustrated
I mean,
with him.
yeah,
He's been good,
I've
yes.
never seen him I don't watch him play back to back, so every week in, week out, so I couldn't really comment.
He's like a pundit's dream of like, oh, he's actually really good. Like he gets too much. No, you watch him week in, week out playing for your team.
Yeah.
It's just
A bit like Havertz.
could come. He's Champions League winner.
Yeah.
Chelsea's left back in the week.
Chelsea's best player, wasn't he?
Scored from left back, didn't he?
Mm.
5 minutes in or something for Germany.
Right. Teaser.
Yes.
I'll start from the beginning. On Sunday, the 13th of May 2007, Carlos Tevez famously fired West Ham to a shock win against champions Manchester United to help his side win the Premier.
What do we?
Help his side stay in the Premier League whilst relegating Sheffield United. Can you name 6 other players that played for West Ham that day?
I've got
Mark Noble.
I've got multiple running through my head, but it's whether they played
Number
at the same
1,
time.
Mark Noble.
What I do know is, because I had season tickets at the time, is we signed the double. We signed Mascherano as well, but I don't
Did he
know if
play?
he was playing.
He did not play.
Ginger Pele. James Collins.
James Collins is in.
I'm going to go Marlon Harewood.
Marlon Harewood came on as a 63rd minute
Great
sub.
shout. So that's 3.
See, 6, I was like, do I ask for the full 11? I thought that's going to be too
Yeah.
hard.
But we can't obviously use Tevez, sadly. Or can we use
No,
Tevez?
no, Tevez just doesn't count.
Was Rob Green in goal?
Rob Green was in goal.
Get in. That's 4. Oh,
This
that
is
Harewood shout's great.
Ooh. Tough. I'm going to go with Paul Konchesky.
Paul Konchesky was not in the team.
Who's that left back?
He might have been at Fulham then.
Was it McCartney?
McCartney
George McCartney.
was in the
Shout.
team and did
Bloody hell.
start.
Did I support Spurs or West Ham?
Oh, in that case, I'm going to go.
Although he was shortly replaced in the 28th minute.
Oh, who else you?
I'm going to go with
I would have
another
said Konchesky.
fullback, and I'm going to go Joey O'Brien.
Oh, he's got to be in. That's a great
No,
shout.
he
No.
wasn't.
Oh, was it
He might have been in the squad.
Just
But
not.
We
I
had
don't
him at
know.
the same time.
Yeah.
That was our left and right back. Who was
Lucas
appalling.
Neal?
Lucas Neal is correct.
Captain. He
Yes,
was captain. That's a
joke.
shout.
Let's go. Let's keep going.
You've got 1, 2, 3. You got 6.
Okay.
There's a couple big names you're missing. Obviously,
Oh.
Tevez doesn't count.
Rio Coca.
Yep.
Nigel Rio Coca.
There's 2 more I would expect.
You to get.
Yeah. Maybe 3.
I think I used to watch them. That was when I had season tickets. But I'm thinking
year
I
was
might
this?
go. I might be going early.
2007. 2006, 7.
I think it's well before. Nolan. Kevin Nolan.
No.
Yeah,
That's
that's
after. It's
Spurs.
2014ish, I think. I want to go Hayden Mullins.
Yes.
Oh, I did have
82nd minute
Good
sub for
shout.
Carlos
Get
Tevez.
in.
He wasn't one of the ones I thought you'd get.
So Tevez.
The next 4, I would say, are pretty well-known Premier League players.
Anton Ferdinand.
Anton Ferdinand, bang.
Yeah. Oh. Have we said Joe Cole? No,
I'm trying to think of positions.
They're all attacking players. You've
Trying
got
to
2 wingers and a striker.
You said Harewood and obviously Tevez, but I can't think who else would have been.
So Harewood came on as a sub. There was another
Yeah.
striker. and
I'm
you got
pretty
2
sure
wingers.
this is pre Colton Cole.
Or was it? No.
So I don't.
Or was it after? Was it post?
I don't.
He's in the same ballpark as Carlton Cole.
I think he's.
He's your right and left winger, and you've got a striker left. And then you've named every single player who played that game.
Oh,
Matty Everington.
Yes. No.
no, he wasn't.
No.
I was literally going to say him.
What?
Oh, I can't think of their wide players.
And you also have a defender who had like 1 outstanding game for West Ham. Just like 1 game. Against Man United. He was in a cup game.
Oh, my head's all over.
I think he's American. That could have just thrown you both off.
That's thrown me hugely.
Jonathan Spector.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
I would never have got there.
Jonathan
Wait,
Spector.
He's a classic.
The 3, you're going to kick yourself. Do you want me to give you one of them?
He was a
No,
knockoff.
give us
A knockoff Matthew
yeah.
McConaughey.
So we got have we got left 3 forward players?
One of the forwards, I am gobsmacked you haven't
I
got.
just want a few more hints.
No, wait, come on. Let's
'Cause
think
we
about
can
a
get
striker,
these.
West Ham forward player, Vaz Tate.
No, come on, before that.
It's
But play for a lot of
pre-Vaz
clubs.
Tate.
Play for a lot of clubs.
Give us another hint. Give us another hint for it. We can get it.
Do you play with Spurs?
Yeah.
Defoe?
No.
Sheringham?
No. You're going to open a kick yourself.
No, don't say it. Don't say it. This is winding me up.
The other two played for Arsenal.
Andy, help me out.
I'm struggling here.
I need, yes, give us a blatant clue. Or is that they obvious clues?
Two played for Fulham. The winger winger was most well known at Fulham, and is at Fulham now, not playing on the coaching staff.
Gary O'Neill. No, why have I said Gary O'Neill?
I know, but Beaumont.
Yeah, Beaumont is
Lewis
one of the
Belmonte.
Gary O'Neill.
Gary O'Neill.
The centre midfielder from Wolves. Quality.
Get this striker, please. Unless you said it, and I'm going to make myself look like an idiot.
So it's not. You're saying it's not Cole.
No.
We said Harewood.
Played for Spurs.
I've said Defoe. It's not him.
No, he's not.
Freddie Canute.
No, it's not Canute.
Defoe, Canute, Robbie Keane played for West Ham. It can't be him.
No.
Mido.
No.
I ain't got
I'm hoping you play for Spurs. Bobby Zamora.
Oh my,
idiots.
Bobby Zamora.
Yeah, Bobby Z.
Right, you've got one player left. Played for Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool.
Glenn Johnson.
No, didn't play for Arsenal.
No, of course he didn't. Stupid.
Winger.
Why have I said Glenn Johnson, you idiot?
One of the
Winger.
only players to score a hat-trick in the Premier League, the Champions League and the FA Cup.
This was this came up as a question.
Yeah. This was the first ever teaser. That look you're giving me.
Who do you play for?
Arsenal, West Ham, Chelsea, Liverpool.
Pennant.
No, didn't play for Chelsea.
Doesn't even play for West Ham, did he?
Oh, I remember listening to this first ever
God.
teaser as well.
Is it any? Is he? Can you give us a nationality?
No, because
No.
it would give it away.
Well, I think we don't think we're going to
Yeah,
get it this way.
I'm
So the
gone.
nationality
Yossi
would help.
Benayoun.
Yossi Benayoun.
God's sake. Jermaine Pennant. What the fuck?
Gary
Gary O'Neill.
Clip that. Clip that. Gary O'Neill. Wow.
So, Rob Green, Neil, Collins, Ferdinand, McCartney, Spectre, sub, Benayoun, Riococa, Noble, Beaumont, Zamora, Harewood, sub, Tevez, and Mullins, sub.
Wow.
Well, all in all, we actually got the
You
question.
smashed that, to be fair. You got 6 out.
We got the question
You
easy.
probably got 8 out of it. Easy.
Yeah. But then, the ending.
Yeah,
not so
that was tricky. I must have programs still
Yeah.
in the loft somewhere from that season. Yeah, that was a
good
very
place.
good teaser.
Right.
Very good teaser.
I hope you enjoyed your episode, Andy.
Yeah.
Kind of don't want it to end, chaps.
No, it's been good. Very, very much enjoyed. So, appreciate you coming down, Andy.
Yes,
and joining
thanks
us.
thanks for having me, guys. Thank you very
Good
much.
to have a laugh and a joke during the international break. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's,
It's dross.
excuse my French, it's fucking depressing.
Yeah, you're right. It's awful. It is awful.
Yesterday, I sat on the sofa and looked. I must have a screen time of like 10 hours yesterday. Like, what am I going to do with no football on?
Yeah.
Woke up Saturday morning buzzing, no football.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
And they try and make a thing of it on Sky, don't they? The football league and the women's football.
No, but I could.
But like the
Probably,
few
if
games
it was,
they
if
were
it was
on,
just
yeah.
the champ, if the champ was on still, I could probably make a deal of it. But no, nothing. Like not even like half of League One's even cut off now because of the games.
Well, I know Sky Sports have bought the rights for American college basketball now, apparently. So you can be watching that instead of
Don't mind a bit of basketball.
Well, now like Jack just mentioned, thank you very much, Andy, for coming on.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much,
We've
guys.
just ticked over the hour, so it's a good time to
Yeah,
end the
solid
pod.
pod.
And
Give
do
you a
wanna-
quick rating on the beer. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I've had a singer tonight. I'm gonna give it. It's out of 5, isn't it? We do. I'm gonna give it a solid 5. The top marks. You can't go wrong. And the selection. I know I've not had the other beers on show, but yeah, 5 out of 5.
Love to
I'm
hear it.
gonna equal Jack, and I'm putting Andy top of the leaderboard
Yes.
with this. How do you pronounce it?
Sapporo.
First ever time I drunk it. It
Yeah.
is
Very good.
bloody lovely.
Yeah.
Japanese, that one. I think I had that in Vietnam first.
I'm not
Oh.
too sure about the can, but I actually quite like it.
It's a meaty can, that
quite
one.
a beastly.
It's a meaty can. They sell them in Tesco's. They're £3 a can. Those
I'll have
ones.
to give it a go. That's good. I've
Yes.
never seen it real, but
It's the first time we've had a beer down the bunker in a while, isn't it?
yeah. Don't think I'll drive home, but Dad, if you're listening, pick me up.
So
Very good, very good.
No, thank you very much, Andy, for coming on.
Thank you very much, guys.
And do you want to sign us off with the famous 2 words?
I'd be honoured. Thank you, guys. Good night and stay loyal.
Whey.